do is we're going to switch there and then read the next stuff.
Check the weather.
All right, so the weather, if you press that button right there, that's a transfer switch, and then click that mic one.
Below 12,000, temperature 8 Celsius, dew point 3, altimeter 2980.
So then 2980. I just need to hear the winds one more time, and then we're good.
Okay.
Skyhaven Airport. Automated weather observation 2028 Zulu, weather, wind 160 at 5, visibility 1.
So then click that switch again.
Clear.
Alright, so now click the mic again. So now it says we're on 1, right?
Yep.
So we're on 123.3, which is that frequency inside. So you're going to click on the mic button it's on your other side, and you're going to say 454 com 1 check.
454 com 1 mic check.
Good.
Com 1 is good.
And then you're going to click that mic again. Click that mic button.
This one?
Yep. And now we want 123.3, and then say com 2.
Com 2.
Com 2 is good. Say tail again.
454.
454, you need to practice again?
Say no.
No.
Alright, so
Good play.
we're going to switch to the mic there, and so now we want to get, when we're taxiing, we want to be on Unicom, so we can hear people moving. So now we're on 123.0, so now let's do the next thing. We did the radio checks.
Lights on, taxi nav, and required beacon.
So we have beacon, we'll turn our nav on and our taxi on.
Yep. Taxi plan reviewed.
Make sure I already leaned that because we were sitting here for a second.
Yep. Make sure lean
Yep, we did that.
1200 RPM.
Alright, so now we're going to test our brakes. So you're going to let go of the brakes. I have the flight controls.
Air controls.
Alright, so I have the controls. I'm going to test mine first, and then I'll give you the controls and you test yours, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so we go forward. My brakes work. You have the flight controls.
My flight controls.
You have the flight controls. Alright, now go forward. And now test your brakes.
Very good.
We're good? Alright, so I'll take this checklist from you. I want you to taxi us. You're going to turn us to the left, and you're going to take us on that taxiway to our left, okay?
Okay.
So don't go too hard on the power or anything. And then, yep. You can use that brake. You can hold it some, and that'll give you on the left side, on the side you're turning into, and yep, and that'll help you get to a tighter turn. You don't have to hold it hard. You can let it go some. Let it a little less brake. Good. Straighten out those rudders. We're going straight now. Good. And then you want to kind of watch your wings, because you have a lot of wings, so there's a plane there, we're good. And we can go a little slower, so pull that power back just a little bit. Ooh, too much. There you go. Now you see that taxiway?
Yep.
You want to start turning us that way. And then you don't have to hold those brakes, you can let go of those brakes. Use your power first, and then use the brakes as necessary. So if we're just wanting to go straight, you don't have to have your feet on the brakes or anything like that. And see how the squeaking goes away?
Yep.
Alright, good. And so now you can use that power to go faster or slower. We're at 5 knots, so we're kind of at a good speed right now. And then you want to line us up on that yellow center line.
Okay.
Good. And now you're going to probably have to add some power because we're on a hill, right?
Yep.
So you want to add some power to keep us going the same speed. Yeah, we can go a little faster. Good. And then pull some of that power back out because we're already going faster again. So everything can be little motions. We don't have to do big motions. So, and you're using those rudder pedals. You don't have to dance on them. So if you realize I'm going to the left a little, just keep your foot a little bit more on the left. Or if you think you're going right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kind of commit to your decision. All right, you see we're kind of drifting off to the right a little bit. So you want to use a little bit more left. Stuff like that. And now you want to turn, and then we'll go to the right down there to that run-up pad. So follow the line still. Good. Alright. You can go a little faster.
Oh, there's people behind us. Great.
No, you're fine. So they're kind of close. So if you're taxiing, try not to be that close behind someone. And then keep us on the line. Good. And remember what we talked about last time about that wind correction?
Yep.
So the wind's coming from 1.5, so you want to dive away because it's behind us right now. Good.
Are we going to go to the run-up?
Yep, we're going to go to the run-up pad, and if you need help turning in there, I can help you out, because it's kind of a sharp one. So pull some of that power back, because we're going fast now. We're going faster than we were. Don't let the people behind you pressure us. No matter who's in that plane, they started out learning just like you. They started out going 3 knots on the taxiway. Alright, so slow us down a little bit more.
My brakes.
Yep, and then you can turn us. So you see that line right there?
Yep.
We have to be behind that, not this one, that one. So we have to be behind that line. So we're going to try to get as close as we can. So I'm going to help you out just a little.
Yep.
So we're going to turn to our right. So, yep, and then full right brake. Good, and we want to have the note, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Keep going, because they want to come in right behind us. Keep going. All right, and then we want to straighten out our rudder pedals, so we don't want any more. Right there, and now put your brakes on full, and then pull that power back. Oh, we're good there. Good. All right, so now we're going to do the run-up. So for the run-up, pilot parking brake as required. So you read me the checklist again. So we don't need the park. We'll turn it on, actually, because this one's behind us. All right, go ahead.
Parking brake as required.
Yep.
Pilot and passenger seatbelts, or seatbacks, most upright position. Seats and seatbelt check secure.
Yep, we're good.
All right. Cabin doors closed and locked.
Mine's locked and yours is locked.
Flight controls free and correct.
So what you're going to do is you're going to turn it all the way to one way. Look, that one's up. That one's down. And then you turn it the opposite. That one's up.
Yep.
That one's down. And then while it's still turned, lift up the back, check, look behind you at the elevator. You see it's up. And then push it down and it goes down. And then do your rudder pedal. So full right and full left. So check to see if the rudder's moving. You see, I see it on my side, and then you see it on your side, right?
Yep.
So full deflection, and then that's you check your flight controls. All right. Next.
Then after we did check and secure, correct, free and correct, flight instruments.
So what we're gonna do,
Check
our altimeter is set. And now we need to make sure our compass matches up. So we need to make sure our compass and HSI match up. And you see how there's 2-1 and then 2-4 to the left on the compass?
Yep.
And ours is the opposite. So we actually want to spin it. So you click this button.
Okay.
And then just try to make them match up.
All right, then.
And so we'll have to keep changing that on this one.
All right, so flight instruments checked. Fuel quantity.
We're good.
Check. Extra rich.
Mixture, so push that mixture in. Just push it all the way in. There you go. You don't have to twist or anything, just...
Okay. Fuel selector valve recheck both.
On both?
Yep. Throttle 1800.
So what you're going to do, I'll let you do it. So hold those brakes, even though the parking brake's on, and then you're going to push it all the way up to 18. Good. All right, now we're going to do the mag check, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to go to right first, and then you're going to watch this and see it drop.
Okay.
About 50.
Yep.
And then we're going to go back to both, and we want to see it go back up, and it did. We'll go to left.
Yep.
About 75. We're going to go back to both. That was good, and we check. It says 150 max and 50 differential. We're good there.
Yep.
Our vacuum gauge right here, it's in the green.
Yep.
And then our engine instruments, test them to make sure there's no enunciator. So just click that up.
Yep.
And they all turned off. All right, next up, you're going to take the throttle.
Check it.
And you're going to pull it back to below 1,000. Just pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. All right, we're still running. Push the power back in. All right, good. And then keep it lower. Good. And then that's good there. The throttle friction lock, is that tight enough for you?
I like where it is right now.
Okay, good. Then we don't have to change that.
Radios and avionics set.
We're good there.
MGPS switch set.
We're good.
Autopilot check operation supplement.
We don't have autopilot.
Yep. Autopilot off. Don't have it. Elevator trim set for takeoff.
So I always try to have it a little bit above that triangle, but that white triangle and this white line need to match up.
Wings and flaps set for takeoff, 0 to 10.
0.
Okay. Transponders.
So we want to make sure we're squawking VFR, so 1200.
Yep. Brakes release.
All right, you're holding the brakes?
Yep.
All right, I let this go. That guy behind us. 6560, you guys want to go ahead of us?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go in front of you.
Thank you. Alright, that's good. This
Off.
guy's waiting for us, so what we're gonna do, I'll take the flight controls.
Your controls.
My controls. Just to get us in line to get out of this guy's way. Alright, so we let him go. So kind of put your feet on the pedals, but don't push on them, and just kind of feel how I like finesse it. Like you can tell I'm not pushing very much at all, and we're still doing whatever I want, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of the goal. And you see I'm using that power instead of that brake.
Yeah.
All right, so Josh is about to take off. We're going to be close to traffic. So what I'm going to have you do, you're going to close your window, because we don't want to take off our window. Got it closed?
Okay.
Alright, I'll take the checklist from you. We'll do our before takeoff checklist.
Traffic, 464 at 10 miles to the north.
And then I'm going to have you do the radios, okay?
Right down the
So I'll have you taxi us on and stuff in a second. So what you're going to say is Skyhaven traffic, mule flight 454, taking off runway 19, closed traffic, Skyhaven. Okay? Don't say it yet. We got to wait for him.
Skyhaven traffic 454, mule flight.
No, say mule flight 454.
No, mule flight.
Mule flight 454.
Mule flight 454.
Taking off 19.
Taking off 19.
Closed traffic.
Closed traffic. So Skyhaven traffic, mule flight 454. Runway 19. Close
traffic.
Close traffic. Okay, Skyhaven traffic 454. Skyhaven traffic, mule flight 454, runway 19, close traffic.
Say taking off runway 19, but other than that, perfect. And then you say Skyhaven again at the end, so they know you're still talking to Skyhaven. Alright, does that make sense? No, not yet. He's still taking off. So we're going to do our checkoffs really quick. So our lights are on. So we want to make sure our taxi lights are on, nav lights. As soon as we taxi onto the runway, we turn on our landing and our strobes. Okay, I'll help you with that. Throttle, you're going to push full forward, remember? We rotate at 55. We're going to climb out at 74 knots. And then we're going to turn right crosswind.
Skyhaven traffic Skyhaven traffic. Do I have to say Skyhaven traffic 454?
No, Skyhaven traffic, mule flight 454. You have to say that. Yep.
Okay, Skyhaven traffic, mule flight 454. Taking off runway 19, close traffic.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, say it on the radio, yep.
Skyhaven traffic, mule flight 454, taking off runway 19, close traffic.
Good job! Alright, so now you're going to start, do you have the flight controls?
My controls.
Your controls, so taxi is on center line. I'm turning our landing and our strobes on. We're making sure there's no one in the pattern. We're clear.
Flight 656, hard upwind to the northwest, turn out, Skyhaven traffic.
Alright, and then we are going to check when we get on the runway that it says 19.
And it looks like...
And then get us on that center line, yep. So keep us turning now. Good.
Beautiful sky.
Yes, alrighty. You ready?
Yep.
Alright, so feet off the brakes, full power. Remember right rudder because it's going to do that. And we want to turn it into the wind. Yep, good. Ready? Full power. Alrighty, keep us on that center line with those rudders. You can slowly let out some of the crosswind correction as we go. Alrighty, airspeed is alive.
Okay.
We're at 50, 55.
Pull up.
Pull up.
Pull. And we are off.
And then let that nose fall a little bit, get some more speed. We're going to be at 74-ish. Beautiful. That was so much better than last time. The wind is so much less. Alright, good.
Cool.
Now, at 1,300 feet, that's when we make that right turn and right crosswind, and then I'll tell you to make the radio calls whenever you need to, okay? So you don't say anything yet. Just keep climbing. Keep coming. Watch that airspeed. You're doing really good. And you're maintaining heading very good as well.
The controls feel a little easier today.
It was very windy the other day. Alright, so now you're going to make that right turn, and I'll do this one so you can hear what the pattern sounds like. Skyhaven traffic at 454, turning right crosswind for a 19, Skyhaven. Remember, keep that nose up so we don't speed up a lot. Alright, now level us out. And then look, see where the runway is. Good.
We're good.
And we climb up to 1,800 feet for pattern altitude.
Skyhaven traffic, flight 812, taking off runway 19.
Alright, now you're going to turn downwind. Skyhaven traffic, mule flight 454, turning right downwind for 19, Skyhaven.
And I can say it fast in the video game, but not that fast in real life.
No, you're good. Alright, so we're almost at 1,800 feet. So level us out, because remember, perpendicular, you got to watch for that runway the whole time.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, so now you're going to push that nose down to keep us from climbing.
Okay.
And watch that VSI, it'll kind of tell you what we're doing. Yep. Pull that power back. Pull it down to fill out of the green. Pull that out. Good. And now we're going to put it flaps 10 because we're halfway on the runway right there. Yep, good.
Did we not make a midfield call?
No, because we're not entering or anything.
Okay.
So now we're at beam the runways, the numbers. You're going to pull the power to 1,300.
Okay.
And then let that nose kind of descend. Remember, this is that 80 knot mark, which is where we're at right now, so we're doing really good. So when we're about, so you see how we're kind of blowing inward?
Yeah.
So we want to try to turn ourselves out some more because we don't want to get blown in at all. And now we want to kind of think about, we're about 45 degrees from the end of the runway here, so we're turning right base now. So we make that 90-degree turn to the right. Skyven traffic at 454, turning right base, runway 19, Skyven. And we're doing good on altitude and everything. So kind of watch that airspeed, because when you're turning, you're really good at speeding up. Alright, you see the runway from our right?
Yep.
Alright, so we're going to check. We're clear on final. The wind was kind of pushing us that way, so we want to turn kind of right at the runway, because we know it's going to push us more to the right, okay?
Yep.
So keep that nose down some more. Flaps 20.
Flaps
You're below 85. Good. Now turn us into the runway for final. Skyven traffic, 454, turning final for runway 19. Do you think we're high or low?
We are pretty high.
So pull that power out more. And then remember what we talked about last time. You can hold a slow airspeed, and holding a slower airspeed actually makes us sink down. So if we push our nose down more, we're not going to get any lower.
So have the nose kind of pointed up just a little.
Yeah, so watch that airspeed. We're kind of good where we are right now. We want to be like 65.
What's ideal airspeed?
65.
Skyven traffic, flight 812 departing.
And then you see our lights over there. Remember we went red, 2 red and 2 white. So all white means we're kind of high. But you see how they're starting to change. So remember how we had to add some power last time? So add some power, just a little bit, not a lot. Right there is probably good. So now we have 3 reds, so we're a little low, but that's okay. We don't want to keep pitching up though, so add a little bit more power. Like, oop, well, that's good right there. Because we want to land and be able to flare. So we're getting really slow, so we got to watch that airspeed, okay? All right, now we made the runway. Remember, we pulled that power all the way out to idle. Keep that nose coming down. Good. And then now we want to flare. So.
Flare, right there.
Beautiful. All right, so we're going to turn off. We're going to do them all full stop. So try to brake. Don't kind of spin us, but yep, there. So you want to start braking as soon as you can. And then you want to turn us off the runway.
Smith Regional Traffic. Glider has released. Is in flight 3,000 feet above the ground.
Stop once we get about to that.
And then you'll stop once you think our tail's all the way across that line.
Okay.
Florence Regional.
Because we want to be all the way off the line.
Skyven traffic, flight 464, turning right downwind.
And that wind was from 15, so you want to turn into the wind because it's in front of us.
That's right.
You're doing great.
Cherokee 61 Juliet, taking off runway 19.
Alright, and my tail is passed.
Skyven traffic at 454, clear runway 19. Alright, so we always make that clear call so people know we're not on the runway anymore. So what we're going to do, remember that flow? We have on both, fuel shutoffs in, flaps up. Make sure, so we're going to lean it. So what we do is push this up to 1200 RPMs. Right there. Right there. And then you're going to take this, and I just want you to spin it out until you see this is our EGT. Once it gets as high as it goes and then starts to level off, like go back down, that's peak. So that's what we want. So kind of goes a little slow because it will start moving. It just takes a second.
Oh, I see it moving. Just a tad.
Alright, so it's not working today. That's fine. So, do you see how the engine kind of sounds sad?
Yeah.
That's because it wants more fuel. Alright, so we'll just do that for now. That works. Alright, and now we have that, and then we want to turn our lights off. So, landing and taxi. Alright, and now you're just going to taxi back to the runway, and we're going to do it all over again. That was really good, though. So much better than last time.
Way better than last time.
Yeah, you're figuring it out. And it's also way less windy. So keep us on that center line. Good. All right.
Skype, traffic Cherokee 61 Juliet. We're going to be departing the pattern over to the west, guys.
Pretty good today.
And then, so now the wind is behind us. You see that? So now we're going to dive away. Good. Oh, and then you want to slow us down some. So pull that power out instead of using those brakes. Pull the power first, and then we can brake if we need to. But we want to be like 10-ish knots. We don't want to be much faster than that. Looking good. and then you'll stop us before that line again, and then we'll wait for our turn, and then we'll take off again, and we'll do another landing. Keep us on that line. Beautiful. We could have anticipated the turn just a little sooner, but it was still good.
Skyhaven traffic, 05464, clear of 19, Skyhaven.
Alright, so now you're going to do the brakes. We stop before the line. Alright, and now we're going to look. We don't see anyone on final, we don't see anyone over there, and we don't see anyone on our screen. We have that friend with us. So you're going to do the same thing we said last time. You're going to say 454.
Skyhaven traffic, Mule Flight 454. Taking off runway 19.
Close traffic.
Close traffic, alright. Skyhaven traffic, Mule Flight 454. Taking off runway 19, close traffic.
Alright, now let's taxi forward. I'll turn on our landing and our strobes.
Okay.
And then we want to make sure our mixture's rich, I forgot.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You just make sure our mixture's rich, flaps are up, all that stuff, and then we taxi on. Clear final. And then do that crosswind correction again. Remember how we slowly took it out a little bit as we were getting faster? You're going to do that same thing again. It was beautiful last time.
That turn. Keep going.
Yeah, you can anticipate that turn just a little sooner, but other than that, it was good. Alright, remember we talked about feet off the brakes, full power. Nope, keep that crosswind in, yep.
That's right.
Full power, keep us on center line. Engine instruments are all green. Airspeed is alive. Alright, 55. And then, good. Good! Keep us climbing at about 74. Shut this up just a little bit. And then as soon as you get to 1300, you do your turn to right crosswind. You want to try to do the call this time?
So Skyhaven traffic, Mule Flight 454.
Turning right crosswind for 19.
Turning right crosswind, 19. Okay, that's it?
Yep, start the turn.
Okay. Skyhaven traffic, 454, turning right crosswind, runway 19.
And then just remember, you don't have to do it this time, but every time say Skyhaven. No more than 30 degrees of bank. Alright, we're at 90, so we want to level our wings back out. Good. And then we want to keep that airspeed slow. And now we're clear downwind, so you're going to make a right turn to the downwind. You just say right downwind.
Skyhaven traffic, Mule Flight 454, turning right downwind, runway 19, Skyhaven.
Perfect. Now keep that bank in mind, no more than 30. Alright, we're at 1800 feet, so you can level us out because we're right in line with the runway and pull that power out. Don't let that nose pop us back up. Yeah, pull that power out to the side of the green arc. Good. And you see our nose is kind of popping us up just a little bit. It might have to push us down some, but that's okay. And then are we going towards the runway or away from the runway right now?
We're going kind of away. Looks. So right now, I think we're pretty good right here.
Good. Alright, now flaps 10, because we're halfway. And then once we're abeam the numbers, which we are right now, you're going to pull that power. Don't let that nose push us up, because that's what flaps do. Alright, 1300 RPMs. Remember, when we have flaps, you see how we're going towards the runway a lot? Look where our nose is.
Oh.
Yeah, gotta look what that nose is doing. So we want to kind of point ourselves this way some. And we want to get our speed up a little bit higher, which is okay because we need to descend some. We're looking at that runway behind us. Once we're at that 45, you think we know when you think we're there. Yeah, does that look like 45?
Yep.
Alright, so you're going to turn us right base. We're clear?
Skyhaven traffic 454 Mule Flight, turning right base for runway 19, Skyhaven.
Good. And we're at that airspeed, so we're about 70, 75. Good, that's good right there. And now we want to level our wings. Final is clear, flaps 20, because we're below 85.
20.
And then don't let that push us up. Every time we put flaps, you're going to have to push them nose down. Now turn final.
Skyhaven traffic, Mule Flight 454, turning final for runway 19, Skyhaven.
No more than 30 degrees. Alright, now see how we're getting fast? We don't want to do that. So we're high again, right?
Yep.
So pull that power back out again. So keep us there. It's okay. We'll get there. So, do you think we're going to make it?
No.
We might, right? We got to keep that
Close.
airspeed off, so we don't want to get any faster. So kind of pitch that nose up. So we're going to do something called a slip. So you're going to step right rudder, like left rudder, full. And then you're going to use opposite aileron. So this is very uncoordinated and close to the ground. You want to be careful with it. But you see how that helped us lose altitude?
Yep.
All right. And now keep that nose pitched down. We might need to add some power, right? Because we're coming just a little bit, not too much. Good. Now pull that power out.
Idle.
And then keep that nose coming down some. And now flare.
Flare, flare, flare.
Don't come in flat. Good, good, good. Not nose wheel first. You see how I had to pull us up a little bit?
Yep.
Want to have that nose kind of... Good. So slow us down. We might not make this one. That's okay. Hope we got it. All right. Turn this off again.
I think the first one was still better.
The first one was better, but we'll talk about it once we're off the runway. All right. We're good there. And then once we're clear, just go a little further forward this time, but once we're clear, say we're clear runway 19.
Sky in traffic, Mule 5454, clear runway 19.
Alright, perfect. So what we're going to do, let's do the check. So mixtures, that's on both, fuel shutoffs in, flaps are up. Mixture is rich, so we want to try to lean it out. So what we're going to do is just go like this for now.
Okay.
Because it wasn't working. And that's there, and then we turn off our landing and our strobe. Alright, I'll have you taxi, and we'll talk about kind of what could have gone a little bit better. So you start taxiing back to the runway, you're good. Alright, so the first thing, whenever we are putting flaps in, we're pitching up a lot.
Yeah.
And so we were 100 feet high, and we started getting too fast. So when we're putting flaps in, you need to try to keep us at that 1,800 feet. And if we stay at that 1,800 feet, then whenever we're pulling our power and stuff, we'll be at the right, like altitude and stuff. So we won't be as high on final. The other thing is you got to look forward out the nose as well as out the side, because did you see how we were drifting towards the runway?
Yeah.
So we kind of got a little close. So if we were a little further away, we would have had more time on base and on final, like especially base, and that would have had more time to descend. But since we were close, we had like to make those turns pretty quick. So if we can keep the line a little bit straighter and keep the altitude just a little bit sharper, then it will be pretty much perfect, because you have the right idea when you're coming in. The last thing, so when you're coming into land, when you're flaring, are you looking out like right in front of us?
I'm trying to look out towards.
Yeah, so you want to look out further. So when you're flaring, you should start to like stop seeing the stuff in front of you, and because like your nose is coming up higher. But right now, when we're coming in, our nose is just kind of staying there, which is why I had to pull it back a little bit, because we were going to hit all three at once, and we want to not do that. That's not good for the airplane. We want to only have the mains and then the nose wheel. So when we're coming into land this time, try to flare a little more. You started pulling back at the right spot. Like we were far enough off the ground, like we weren't too far, weren't too close.
Yep.
But we needed to pull it back more.
Okay.
So it's going to be like one steady pullback motion the whole time. Good on that crosswind correction, but we want to go behind us.
Oh my god.
You were close, but I appreciate you thinking about it. That's step number one, is acknowledging you have to do it. Does that all make sense?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
But it is so much better than the other times, so like we're getting better at it. We just have to practice. So we're gonna do, turn. You see how our line's leaving us?
Yeah.
Don't forget about the turning. So we're gonna do two more.
Two more? Okay.
And then we're gonna be done, just because we've been taking a lot of time to taxi back so we can get full stops. And then after we do these, then we're gonna head back in. But you're doing so much better than last time.
Okay.
All right. Do you remember what you say?
Takeoff.
Wait, let's do this check first. So both fuel mixtures here, flaps are up, mixture's rich. And now you can do the call, and then we'll do the lights.
Okay. Sky in traffic, Mule 5454. Okay. Taking off runway 1. Close traffic. Okay. Sky in traffic, Mule 5454. Taking off runway 19. Close traffic.
Good. All right. Now you're going to make sure we're clear. No one's on the pad or anything, so you're good to go forward.
Looking
and I'll
good.
turn your lights on for you, so you don't have to try to reach over here. All right. Lights are on.
faster.
You're good. I remember we're turning a little earlier than last time, so I would start turning about right now. Because before we were waiting, and then pull some of that power out. Good. Do you see how that we got more on center line that time?
Yep.
All right, you ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Feet off the brakes, full power, crosswind
Rudder.
frictions in, right rudder, yeah. All right, engine instruments are all in the green. Airspeed is alive, so slowly start letting some of that crosswind correction out. Not too quick, not too quick. All right, 55.
Pull up and
Rotate. You did that one all by yourself. Good. All right, and now we try to climb at 74, so we do need to go a little bit faster. Just let that nose fall just a little bit, not too much, just a little.
5, 70, 74. There we go.
Good. And then what altitude do we turn at?
1300.
1300, yep.
Pretty.
Very pretty.
Alright, we are at 1300.
Alright, so do turn.
Right.
Crosswind.
Crosswind. So right crosswind?
Yep.
Skiving traffic, meal 5454, turning right crosswind, runway 19, skiving.
So make sure when we're doing those turns, we just look outside both sides first, and then we confirm we're good to do it.
Yep.
Alrighty, where's that runway? We're good. Alright, we've got a half wing away, so we're going to make right downwind now.
Skiving traffic, meal 5454, turning right downwind for runway 19, skiving.
Good. Alright, now get us in that downwind. Remember, don't keep us turning in.
2319, entering downwind.
Good. Now level straighten us out. So what do we do now? We're at 800 feet.
Pull the power.
So we want to push the nose first.
Oh.
Push that nose down first, and then pull that power out out of the green arc. So you can do that now. Good. All right. Now we're watching that runway. Are we getting closer? If we're looking outside, which way is our nose pointed right now?
We are pointed a little this way.
So we want to turn out more this way, right? Because the wind's trying to blow us that way, so we don't want to help the wind out.
Yeah.
All right. So flaps 10.
Good.
All right. Now I'll beam the number. Oop. What do we do? And then pull that power to 13 because we're at beam numbers.
We'll be entering a left
Let that
downwind for
descend.
runway 19.
Good, 75 knots, and then once we're at that 45 point, let me know when you think we're there, and then I'll tell you if you can turn or not.
About 1800.
So keep us descending. We're all good. We want to descend at 75.
Okay.
So right now, because we're trying to get lower, right? We're trying to land.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep, you're good to turn now.
Yep.
Right base.
Skiving traffic, meal 5454, turning right base, runway 19, skiving.
Once we're wings level, flaps 20, and then this time we're going to go flaps 30 on final. Oh, don't let that airspeed pick up. Remember, when we push turning, we lose some vertical lift. All right, so flaps 20.
20. Okay.
Oop, that was flaps full. There you go.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. So watch that nose. Yeah, we're pitching up still. We don't want to let that happen.
Yep.
We're clear on final.
4319.
All right, so return final.
Skiving traffic, meal 5454, turning final, runway 19, skiving.
So we want to get us lined up with final. Look, we have the right color light though, so it's okay. All right, now we want to put flaps 30.
Flaps full.
So don't let that nose pop us up though. Push, push, push. There you go. And then get us back on that center line. You got it.
Okay. Keep going down, but just add a little more power.
We don't need to add any more power. Or maybe a little bump. Get us a little higher, but keep that airspeed. Remember, we want to keep our nose pitching down. We don't want to move that nose. So does our nose feel like it's getting in front of the runway more, or out farther from
Out farther.
Out farther. So what do you think that means? We're getting lower, right?
Lower.
So we can add a little bit of power so we can keep our nose in that same spot, but we don't want to lose any airspeed because we're at 65, so we don't want to get too slow. So maybe keep that nose pitched down. We're okay. More power, a little more, and then keep that nose down. Good. All right, now that we made the runway, power out.
Power out.
You can go a little slower, power out. Then flare.
Flare.
Remember, our wing correction should be the other way, right?
Yep.
You see how smooth that was, though?
That was way better.
All right, now we want to brake.
Brake.
Not aggressively. Don't pull power back in. Good. So we just want to start braking a little sooner so we can make this turn without having to brake so hard.
Yep.
Airplane brakes are expensive. Alright, and then turn us off again, and then we'll do our flow.
Yeah.
You can go a little faster just to get off the runway, because if someone was behind us, we would want to let them get on as soon as we could.
Yep.
So we don't want to go fast by any means, but we can go a little faster. Alright, now we can stop. And then you're going to say 454 clear 19.
Skyven traffic, meal 5454, clear runway 19, Skyven.
Alright, now it's your flow. What's our flow?
Alright, so first we're going to check this. Set our flaps up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then we're going to mixture just a little bit.
That's good. And then the lights.